brownies.
Hey everyone, so today we're here at one of the houses that I sold to a buyer from Chicago. If you've looked at my stories lately on my Instagram, you'd see that I've been posting these happy hour recipes. So today at home during quarantine, we're gonna show you how to do some of them with my friend Lexi, who's a bartender from Better Days. All right, Lexi, show me what to do because I don't have any idea what to do here.
No problem. So I brought a few tools, but essentially for the things that you were talking about, such as a Moscow Mule, you don't really need much. I brought you a fancy Moscow Mule cup here, courtesy of Kettle One.
Nice.
And we have a bottle of Kettle, though you can use any vodka you want. This is the one we're going to use today.
Okay.
As far as Moscow Mules go, it's really, really easy. Vodka, lime, ginger beer. That's literally all you need.
Okay.
If you want to kick it up a little bit, you can add some puree or some syrup. It will make it a tad bit sweeter, so you want to be careful with that. But I have some pineapple syrup here as well, and a fancy little garnish, so you can cut pineapples or be creative.
Are these dried out garnish? Is that what they do?
These are dehydrated.
Dehydrated, that's what it is, dehydrated.
So, right, so I'm gonna let you do the honors.
Okay.
So you can hold on to
this. This is what, an ounce?
So that's 1.5 ounces.
Okay, how do people?
You got it. Then we're gonna add some lime juice.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 1/2 ounce. And we're just gonna add in there. And then you're gonna wanna add ice. You just wanna fill up the glass. So I would say get even a little bit more, because the less ice you have, the more liquid you're gonna have.
The more liquid we're gonna have? As in water?
As in juice. Ooh,
nice.
Whoa.
We're doing great out here. All right, let's keep it going.
All right, so more ice. And then I have a fancy ginger beer that my friend gave me.
Okay.
So we're gonna add that in there. And just have fun with it. Maybe stir it around a little bit. You can find them though.
Okay, cool. See, these are the kind of promotional videos that I need to do more often.
So a balanced cocktail is usually 1.5 to 2 ounces. If you're having an extra hard time with quarantine,
But at home, it'll be 3
knock
4
yourself
ounces.
out. Easy day.
Awesome.
Gotcha.
Definitely more of a whiskey sour person because the spice and the ginger beer is
too much for you?
Too much for me. Let's move on to what else can we do? So I'm a whiskey sour person and definitely bourbon. So can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to learn how to do that at home.
You got it.
And you can make your own simple syrup at home. How do you do that? Do you know?
So it's basically a 2 to 1. You can find the recipe online, super easy. It's literally just water and sugar. You just boil it until it comes out to a syrup consistency.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
it's fairly simple and quick process.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Incredibly easy. For this one, you're gonna add the other ingredients first. You're gonna do the liquor last.
Why is that?
In case you make a mistake with your measurement. You don't wanna waste the liquor. You just wanna be able to throw out the extra stuff. So
the economics of a bar. Interesting. All right, so this gets
about 1/2 ounce.
1/2 ounce.
And then lime juice.
Then this is how much?
Same amount. Let's do 1/2 ounce. There you go. And then yours, we're gonna do either 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces. It's up to you how strong
just
you want your
do.
drink
So
to
this
be.
is 1.5 ounces. Yeah, we'll do. You guys make this look so much cooler. Way cooler than what I'm doing right now.
So you build in the small tin, and then you just want to make sure you have like a really good seal. So I just do one of those, or you can just and then hold it this way. And basically, you're pushing the ice from here to there.
Okay, let me do it. There we go. All right, cool. And then you have to.
Exactly. We're gonna give it a little bit more of a shake, though. I would say let's be a little aggressive with it. Basically, strain it out into this cup here. You're gonna pretend that you don't have a strainer, because we don't have a strainer today. So we're using minimal tools here. So we're gonna do one of these.
Okay. And usually you would strain it into another
Fresh
cup of
ice.
ice, fresh ice.
You got it.
Gotcha.
So it's quarantine, anything goes right now.
Oh, you know what I forgot? An egg yolk. That's what I forgot.
We're fancy. Okay, absolutely.
Damn.
So it comes in while you're building your
It comes
sour.
like a regular, okay, gotcha.
So essentially you would do your sugar and then your lime, and then you would use egg white.
If anyone's watching this video, I hope you all are, do you like egg white in your whiskey sour or no egg white? You guys have to let me know that.
I think it gives it a really great texture. A lot of people do once they start adding egg white into their sours, they don't usually go back.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do that whiskey sour that we were talking about with Woodford Reserve. So the first thing you're gonna do is measure out your sugar, your simple syrup. You can do a half an ounce. I like to do 3/4. And you're gonna add your lime. And your liquor, of course. I'm gonna add a little bit extra in there. I'm gonna do 2 ounces. This is my face usually when I'm bartending at Better Days as well. And generally you would have a Hawthorne strainer. We do not today, unfortunately, so we are going to do that age-old classic straining, which we don't use at Better Days, but you definitely see it in the club and whatnot, where you just kind of tip the liquid out of your tins. And then I brought a garnish with me, so we're just gonna make it adorable.
That looks way better than the stuff that I did.
I'm gonna teach Will how to pour some liquor.
Without getting it all over the place.
Without getting it all over the place. So you'll notice that when I'm bartending, I tend to pour underhanded, which means I pull it out from my well like this, and I flip it over, and then I hit a hard stop.
Is that faster, or why do you do it that way?
It's more comfortable for me. The whole point when you're in your well bartending is to basically be efficient.
Okay.
And also be comfortable.
Okay.
You know?
Is there a beginner's version?
Yes, there's a beginner's version. So you're gonna grab it here, and then you're gonna tip it all the way over into your tip. So just don't be shy. Bam. And then pop it. You got it.
Dude, that was like first shot. I got that. All right. That was actually really fun and easy.
And then eventually it just becomes second nature. And you can...
That was awesome. That was really cool. All right.
So just some tips for everyone making drinks at home. I would say, one, be creative, have fun. Yes, it's our job as bartenders to, make everything look super easy and to know all the recipes. But when you're at home, really, think about the flavors that you like in your food or in your drinks and play around with them. A lot of purees can be made very easily from any fruit that you like. The recipes are online. It's very, very easy. If you have a blender and some fruit that you enjoy, like kiwi or pineapple, a little bit of juice, a little bit of water, whatever you want to use, make it into a puree and add it into your drinks. Also, one thing to consider when making drinks is that you can always make things sweeter. You can't really make things unsweet. So if you ever notice when bartenders make drinks, we add the citrus and the syrup first to make sure that we get those measurements right, and then we add the liquor. So generally speaking, when you're adding that sugar, that simple syrup, add a little bit at first, and if you want your drink sweeter, add more later, because you can't really take the sweet out.
So to end our quarantine happy hour here, I just want to say it's important for all of us to support our local bartenders. They're all out of work, and bars and clubs, who knows when they'll be open again. So you can follow Better Days 305 and help bartenders out like Lexi and everyone else who works there and buy their merchandise. 100% of the proceeds go directly in their pocket. And even if you don't want to help Better Days, it's super important to help out any of your favorite local bars.
If you're interested in helping out Better Days, the Instagram is at BetterDays305. Again, like Will said, 100% of what we receive goes to the staff. Staff with kids and staff that are struggling right now. So, any little bit helps. We do sell merchandise. We have some pins available, some shirts. And
just so you know how dedicated Lexi and the rest of the bartenders are, she got a tattoo of Better Days logo. So
yes, dead flamingo.
At least with Better Days, you're purchasing merchandise, you're getting something back, and they're receiving a lot more in return too. So go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys.